Hello, fellow agents. Welcome to my hybrid headshot damage build. First off, what you need for this is you don't need to max it out, but you need the sharpshooter specialization. Now, in which weapon you spec doesn't matter. It's just basically what guns do you use, but considering it a headshot and it's one of your main weapons, still depending on what you use, but shotguns for a sharpshooter, doesn't work. So basically pistol, and then pick any two guns you like. I like to play with the M1A next to me, or I switch occasionally to White Dead because it's an amazing gun. So I switch those two, and my main weapon is just an LMG, just because it's a high fire rate weapon. What helps when you have a gun that is low fire rate. So next up, you need to get the breath control. 50% increased weapon stability, reduced recoil and faster reacquisition of targets. And that's one of the most important ones, especially when using an LMG. Those two got there together. It's basically, yeah, like I said, it's got there. That makes your gun go instant headshots. Instant. It's reduced the recoil a lot, this talent. It increases the headshot for rifles and marksmen, so yeah, I'm using them both occasionally, switching, so yeah, it helps. Gives me more headshot damage, so it helps. The rest, it doesn't matter. Well, this one is helpful to just get out of cover and get back into cover when you lose it, so it helps a lot. Well, this is signature weapon because, hey, your signature weapon is still a sharpshooter and that 40% increased signature weapon damage are good. So now let's get into the build after we have the specialization. So yes, this sounds stupid, but like I said, it's a hybrid headshot build. So use any gun that you have. I got lucky with my Deagle. I just needed to up my pistol damage a little bit. Hey, I got 10% headshot damage and weapon kills grants +1 skill tier for 15 seconds. So basically I can get 3 for 15 seconds. That helps my hive. And it also, yes, it does. It helps your hive. So yes, it's helpful in repairing me and getting me the revive. So yes, the Bullet King. What needs to be said about that? It's the best LMG on overall damage, just because you don't need to reload. It has a heavy accuracy and stability. It's heavy to control. It has a mean kick sometimes. Upwards. Right upwards, left upwards. It's one of the two. But it helps. It That's why I said the re-accomplishment of the enemies, it helps against that. It's completely, not completely, but instead of getting it 10 times in a minute, you get it maybe once or twice. Also, my baker's dozen, it is an M1A, it is still a pretty good gun, and I still think it's one of the best guns. I like it. I didn't play it until from my teammates, because I'm a heavy user of an LMG, I got the complaints like, stop suppressing them, I cannot hit them, especially the snipers. So I put on, it is a decent, it got the two criterias, rifle damage, and so I put on headshot damage. It's basically, that's all it needs. And then Perfect lucky shot. It helps because your magazine is increased by 30%, so more bullets. And miss shots from out of cover have a 100% chance to return to your magazine. Liking it, because you're gonna miss. So this sounds weird, but for this build, and it helps you on so many levels, get Punch Drunk in. It does plus 20% pistol damage, so that helps your pistol. You need to get a little bit lucky, but I got a gut roll. Well, semi-gut roll, but it's a gut roll, right? So basically, you get the plus 20% headshot damage, what is already amazing. It helps this build. I was lucky to get it with 15% weapon damage. That helps the headshot too. And I put on 8% weapon handling. Why? Because weapon handling is strong these days. It's not strong on doing DPS, but it is basically giving you 8% on every stat it does, and it helps a lot. Now, the most important for this build is Chain Killer. It gives you perfect headhunter. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit for 30 seconds. You get 30 seconds for it. It is plenty. It deals another 150 additional of that killing blow damage. And that damage is kept at 800%. But if you can get the headshot damage is greater than 150, you get 1250% headshot damage. It is also pretty darn broken. And I'll show you later why when we go to the shooting range. Now I go for one Providence, and it could be either the holster or the backpack. Doesn't matter. For me it's on the holster because my backpack was pretty good. So yeah, what I did, again, you get 15% headshot damage from its talent. Brand, sorry. So that's one. I was lucky, getting 15% weapon damage. Well, lucky, I played enough for it. And I got it combined with 10% headshot damage. So that's basically 25% headshot damage. And again, I'm just focusing on headshot damage, so get that weapon handling in. Because you're aiming for the head. You need that weapon handling. Now here comes the deal. Because I'm a heavy user of LMGs, so the first one is obvious. But basically you can't. You're basically stuck with LMGs on this build a little bit. But you can switch it to assault rifles if that are more your guns. But it is, yeah, for me it's LMGs. You can change it, but I don't recommend doing it because of you need a 2-piece for the weapon handling. Just that 10% weapon handling in the 2-piece is good. That's masterful. So why do I go for contractor's gloves? Because it has damage to armor. Well, 90% of enemies has armor and it's multiplicative. So it helps a lot. And it's 8% instead of 5% from hardest. And yeah, I was lucky, but otherwise I would have done my weapon damage, but I would put in headshot damage. It's just basically getting the right stuff. That's all it takes to get this build, and I bet you're getting it. Just play enough. Don't farm every mission till death. So now, why do I have this backpack? I have a better one, but the talent on it isn't the best for this build. And basically, I like to go in cover. So cover does multiple things for you. It gives you, again, some weapon handling going in cover. So well in cover increases total weapon damage by 15%. So that's another 15% of weapon damage that you still are multiplying with headshot damage. And that's again why here is weapon damage. All the mods, of course, are also on weapon damage. Now, Fox sprayers. I think it's basically the best in slot. I think that's my opinion. If you have another opinion, go for it. Try that. Show it to me, please. Show me what you did. Again, I got lucky just doing enough missions. And I mean, I really got lucky. Again, with 10% headshot damage. And the damage to target out of cover. It always helps. Because it helps me. It helps a sniper even. It helps every gun. If you're shooting, it's basically, oh, that guy is out of cover. You can shoot it and you get this talent attribute to it. So that are the packs. Now I know that I'm at 1300. Yes. So all things could be different for you. Basically what you need. And spend all your money, all your points in weapon damage and then in headshot damage. By the way, why I go for a Deagle? Because it's the gun with the most headshot damage built in. It's sick. So here are some random stats. This is just my biggest dozen. 220.5% headshot damage. And I'm basically not done because I need to get better mods. So, but it will give me a half of a percentage extra. So that's not much and I don't need it. It is fine. Now let's go over to the Bullet King. Basically, it's almost 200%. You won't get it, but that's fine. It's a lot, still. And so far I tried critical hit damage and critical hit chance to get through it. But you need a lot more luck to get either the critical hit chance at full or the critical hit damage. Now if you see, this is where I all get my headshot damage, just my gear. Did armor 3 mods. Now, gear set. It's the brand that gear sits and then my keenness watch. Now if I change it to my biggest dozen, it gets it from my specialization. Same goes for my specialization. Actually it doesn't. I thought it did. But okay. And here you see the stats on the Deagle. And it's even higher than a biggest dozen. It is getting used to it in missions, although it gives you a lot. But basically, I'm gonna show you some results. Look, 4 shots with a Deagle at 10 million. Oh, You don't want to know why it's broken? Because of this. Watch. You know what Headhunter's point is. Now just switch to your other gun and you're getting a full stack back. Now here is the bullet key. I got a few seconds to switch it up. Like, I cannot one-tap this elite. But look, it's even saying it. It's just doing the 1.9 is his base. Yeah, changed it. But okay. Every headshot is 400k of damage. The melting power of that. I'm controlling this a little bit because I'm used to it. But did they fix it? Hey, they finally fixed it. Wow. Eh, they fixed it. Nice, so that exploit doesn't exist anymore. But hey, it helps a lot. Like even... That's a basic 2 million damage. 5 million. Hmm. 9.4, so even less than my eagle. It's still one tap. On elites, and I know the map is on hard. But still insane. I don't have ammo for that. No, doesn't matter. Now you saw that I didn't spec in this weapon. And all I'm doing is just switching to a sniper rifle. Boink. 7 million. 17 million. 16 million. And another 16 million. It's just basically
incoming backup request.
one tapping everything at a certain point. And I didn't spec into it. I don't have any gear that's gonna say oh, here's sniper. Here's some extra damage for sniper. Basically grab any gun. It's 39 million. With the Nemesis. Don't use the Nemesis on it. Just the fact that you need. Even if you do it like this, it's just basically, nope, there's no damage done. It's the 2 million. But that's it. That's literally it. This is what makes it so freaking bad. You need to charge it. I can go and spec into sniper and everything. It will help. But for reals, there's no need for it. You see, I don't have any rollies. Still, my specialization still doesn't have it. It's, like I said, a hybrid build. It is just, what do you like? If I'm going to spec into sniper rifles instead of my rifles, then yes, it will go up and then I can reach 20 million. The only thing that can beat this build so far that I know are the aces of
Clan
ace.
member requesting backup.
So that's my hybrid build. Leave a comment. What do you think of it? I'm not the best,
Time to check the stocks
but
again.
leave a like and I'll see you in the next video.